So this next section is going to be about one of the most complicated things that we get questions about all the time in our builds, and that's the electric system. We're going to talk about the different batteries to use, the different fuses to use, the different breakers to use, and we'll really delve into this really complex system.
A good way to look at this entire thing is this is the heart of your build. This is what powers it. This is what gives you light. This is what gives you warmth. This is what makes it feel like home. And one of the most crucial pieces to this is building a system that will power what you're putting in this van. So that's why it's super important from the very beginning to understand what you're going to power. Now we can dive into what kind of batteries do you want to use? The big heavy AGM batteries, which are cheaper but don't last as long, or the nice, very, very efficient lithium-ion batteries, which will allow a much more discharge, larger and faster charge rates, and so on and so forth. We're going to go through MPPT controllers to control what kind of solar you're bringing into the vehicle. Also, one of the more crucial pieces is how do you charge your battery system. You have an engine that sits in front of your van and it is continuously creating power when you're running it. That is your primary source of charge. We're going to show you how to tap into that in several different ways to keep you topped off and make sure you always have power. We're also going to go over how to protect your system using battery protects, fuses, proper wire gauges. If this section isn't done properly, you could overfuse and underwire, and your wire now becomes a fuse that could catch your whole project on fire, so we do not want that. We'll go through all these things and make sure all of this dark magic sounding stuff, bring it to light, because it's not that complicated. You just have to follow a certain specific set of rules. So we'll walk through all of this. We'll help you out. Where do you find these parts? How do you put this stuff together? And the pros, the cons of AGM, lithium, all these kind of things. One of the things that you may ask yourself is, am I over my head with this entire electrical thing? With these larger and larger systems, especially with lithium, your discharge rates can be through the roof. You can have some very, very high voltages, you can have high amperages, and you can potentially cause fires. So if this is something you're comfortable with, or if this is something that you just can't understand, we're more than happy to help you out.
This is also one of the largest expenditures in your van. The electrical system is probably the most expensive part, especially if you go with lithium batteries. So making sure you're doing it right the first time is really crucial and key. The last thing you want to do is blow up a battery somehow, because that's going to be a costly mistake. All right, so we're going to head to the shop. We're going to start putting together this electrical system we've been talking about all this time. We're going to put together all the wires that we've rough wired into the van already in the previous section and start finishing this electrical system out.